Last one, Brother J. History, y'all. Turn it up. Haha. You know what time this is. We gotta.
Uptown, downtown, midtown, hit 'em all. Freedom, I manifest culture, come pick it up. Worldwide DJs, conscious ambassadors.
Yeah, KRS, Brother J, what you say?
A new day, a new way for the DJ to spin it up. Wrapped in the struggle chain, let's break loose and live it up. Worldwide DJs, Brother J, mash it up.
Brother J, speak the truth.
I'm coming forth by the daylight, my timing's impeccable. 5 senses clean, I'm guarding truth like the sentinel. Battlefield born, now a 4-star general. Teaching hip-hoppers about these vitamins and minerals. Messenger, I'm sent in the image of the Most High. Wisdom will unify, freedom, we do or die. Truth, the solution I envision through my third eye. Body, mind, spiritual, manifest, multiply. The open-eyed rebel, several levels peripheral. Overseeing the battle of knowledge versus material. Inferior minds, they trick knowledge like cereal. Genocide of pleasures, slackers and life principles. Prisons of the flesh, live in triple stage darkness. Ignorance tradition will turn soldiers to carcass. Time for the heartless to ride out the bench. I'm a player coach, poise, and underground trend. Uptown, downtown, midtown, hit 'em all. Freedom, I manifest culture, come pick it up. Worldwide DJs, conscious ambassadors.
Yeah, KRS, Brother J, what you say?
A new day, a new way for the DJ to spin it up. Wrapped in the struggle chain, let's break loose and live it up. Worldwide DJs, KRS, mash it up.
Yeah, look, I'm not a pacifist. I'll kick your ass in this. If you ain't ready for the truth, stop asking Chris. There's no revolution without revelation. And I realize these cats don't wanna fix their situation. Then I realized a little late with it, but that revolution only works for those that participate in it. We having conferences and summits and cats be faking it. Meditating, praying, and assalamu alaikum in it. But the racist foundation ain't shaking it. Cause the faith initiative money, they taking it. So now the feds got your mouth all sewn up. The Pentagon hit and say our house blown up. Arnold Schwarzenegger, a foreigner, kills the founder of the Crips. The president with black leadership. We need to raise up our readership so our children can grow up and freely lead without reading a script.
Uptown, downtown, midtown, hit 'em all. Freedom, I manifest culture, come pick it up. Worldwide DJs, conscious ambassadors.
Yeah, KRS, Brother J, what you say?
A new day, a new way for the DJ to spin it up. Wrapped in the struggle chain, let's break loose and live it up. Worldwide DJs, Brother J, mash it up.
Brother J, speak the truth.
Though I am that I am in this illusional land of liberty and justice, and my beast a man. Though my blood flows deeper than the oil of Iran, so many folks still in denial of my permanent tan. Was I stained by Sam when homie said he's my man? When he needed more science to assemble this land? From Big Ben to Pentagon to the White House lawn. My work tab is deep, let reparations be born. 40 acres and a mule, I want a gun and a horse. Watch me ride like Rosewood while I assemble the force. So many people are lost, going back to the source. Willie Lynch is just a worker where Yaku is the boss. Navigate a better course than the one that we choose. Hip-hop is dumbing out from MCs to pop news. X-Clan is the original, we earn through dues. Always freedom or death until we vanquish these fools. Uptown, downtown, midtown, hit 'em all. Freedom, I manifest culture, come pick it up. Worldwide DJs, conscious ambassadors.
Yeah, KRS, Brother J, what you say?
A new day, a new way for the DJ to spin it up. Wrapped in the struggle chain, let's break loose and live it up. Worldwide DJs, KRS, mash it up.
Yeah, look. Higher sciences, the lyrical archdiocese. I teach and preach what self-reliance is. I don't care about them critics and their biases. I am hip-hop, I don't depend on appliances. Meaning that when I'm speaking my rap, I don't need any technology to produce it. In fact, I can't wait for you and me to build, so I can really explain hip-hop as the last of the human skills. Hip-hop, I'm being it, cause I'm freeing it. But them civil rights leaders ain't seeing it. They don't agree with it, they wanna be equal with the white. But I don't believe the hype, I wanna be equal with the light. And if I need to, I'll fight in this bitch. Cause good police work depends on the likes of a snitch. Now let's switch, now let's switch, now let's switch. 3 times I changed things like the Matrix done glitch. Go on, chase them chicks and get paid. But chicks are really chickens and you the turkey that's still afraid. Yo, you Minute Man, you gone tomorrow. Victory over the streets, that's our motto. Whoa, yeah, get your hands up. My man Brother J in the place. Throw your hands up. One all in your face, booty down production. Throw your hands up. Rise up. State flavor. Word up. Shout the whole crew. Yo, what's up with y'all?
Bucktown Bluesy, G.O. My main teacher, yeah.
Produced by Bad
Talk to him like, yeah, yeah. Talk to him like, yeah, yeah. I don't need a bitch, just a pinch off the brick. Eyeball all tactics, razor blades, plastic bag. Let's go half on a half. Memphis lace the bums. To have nothing, even then, I'm a person with a ring. Back then, old told me I was light skinned. Only believed in the cute ones, then my friends. Turn it on after damn gin. President's an OG with the pen. Use a pen as a weapon. Also in the low, spit in my blow. Low, low, on the total pole. Grab to pole. When you look through the slap, you know what it is. All my own. Pick up a boom, bring up a tune. Blue squad on time. Better love a pink prime. I'm a 2016 phenomenon. You know you cool. When your mama asks you for that. I said you know you cool. When your mama asks you for that. Yeah. Talk to him like, Cali got that bomb. Bomb. What you know about being blowed on? P-Cry. Cali got that bomb. Bomb. What you know about being blowed all night long? Cali got that bomb. Bomb. What you know about? What you know about? Yeah. What you know about?
Your boy Boozy, yeah, I'm blowing that bomb. If you blowing the purple, you blowing that wrong. Gelato and cookie, you blowing that strong. Cali got the bomb, Cali got the bomb. I'm feeling good, Red Bull and Henny. Dope, Dutch Master the cookie. Two-step, I'm feeling real groovy. Live life like I'm making a movie. You don't need lean when you got that strong. Why pop a molly when you blowing that bomb? Feeling like Bob Marley, blowing backwood. In the town, all packing the hood. East Oakland, got that bomb. North Stockton, got that bomb. I ship it off the Bucktown. Now hit me got the Cali bomb.
Like, Cali got that bomb. Bomb. What you know about being blowed on? P-Cry. Cali got that bomb. Bomb. What you know about being blowed all night long? Cali got that bomb. Bomb. What you know about? What you know about? Yeah. What you know about? What you know about these Cali trees? They gotta rock out your mind at ease. Hit them one time and you should see. Gotta run it back for that OCP. So open up your mind to a new dimension. Only came to party, no bad intention. Just turn up the music and relieve the tension. We on a mission, by a mention. Ride like a candy with a new suspension. Learn the lesson, microphone I'm blessing. No Smith and Wesson, just the back of our paces. Fifth generation, grape lemonade, new gelato. Yeah, I'm hard to follow. Gotta live for the day, we ain't promised tomorrow. This a week we gonna party cause I can't stay calm. Popping up my lungs with that West Coast bomb for sure. Gotta think about some rhymes to flow. The party's always jumping in the valley too. Oh, nah, not hard to find. Always on the grind underneath the California sunshine. Here to get something different than the same old songs. You know, Cali got that bomb. What you know about being blowed on? P-Cry. Cali got that bomb. Bomb. What you know about being blowed all night long? Cali got that bomb. Bomb. What you know about? What you know about? Yeah. What you know? Yeah.
I'm in the dark, yeah. You understand? I'm in the dark.
Renee, Chino blasting in the house. Every object has a shadow when the lights cast upon. Every night has its death and every night has its dawn. Every monarch has a ring on, every king was a pawn. But watch the kings from the pawns and the weight of their bonds. Some are just great and they were raised that way. Humble to the bone, no ties to the throne, but ties to the people in the land they'll call home. Living their life in another blessed day, bringing true rain to keep the peace day to day. Not afraid to show their arms when it's time to come play. Time to show true strength in the fight for the state, for the way of their people who are living in the dark, living in the parks, living in their cars, living with the beast while they slowly fall apart. Be the light in the dark, the start of the spark. Be a friendly, lovely face until it's time to embark. Be a blaze to the world, no swine taking pearls. Turn that water into wine for the lost in the world, and show them what it's like to live a life that's great. Appreciate, and dedicate
to the mother game. Who would be once again kicking with Renee, sipping juice and gin? I'm just an animal, hungry for the taste of blood, and I'm the same cat with a bat doing drugs. Big balls, big ballin', you could call me a thug. When they asking me to smile, man, I give them a mug. Small get swept under the rug. Big bodies chopped up into a tub. I'm 49 cents away of being rich, and even if I find a penny on the ground, it's probably a trick, cause life is too short to be tripping. But never second guess your intuition, aka gut feeling, cause most of the time I'm feeling sick. Hatred by males, but females, contagious by heard about my licks, and asked if it was real. Only way to find out is to dine with the heel, if a dance with the devil, or fall in love with a god. Fascinated with the good life of the mob. See, I really started from the bottom. So many came and went, I only kept the ones I wanted. So if your feelings hurt, ain't no love lost, homie, just dealing with facts. And everything that you show me, I've done did what they gathered with the moves I make. So it's official like a referee's whistle, ain't no time for breaks, got no time when you're dealing with life and everything that you represented. In a cold world, trying not to fall apart. In the midst of the madness, find your light in the dark.
I'ma pick myself up, I ain't falling apart. You ain't gonna chop me up and leave me in the dark. I'm standing right here, owning my space. I've been through all the bullshit that's brought me to this place.
All eyes on us, in God that we trust. Let's believe and take heed, we're never afraid to bust. Lyrical function, peep the production. Future actor dedicated to the game is what you bumpin'.
I woke the dome, spirit zone, threaded like a needle, so I'm touching base home.
Mind is blown, better come get with it and elevate your game and stop the
and put forth the action. Trust more than the Lord. You've gotta trust yourself more than you can afford. No dead ringer walking, get out of your head. In our congregation ain't no hating when it comes to making bread.
Future Octane collab with D to the G Records. If you don't know, now you know. Renee in the house, Chino Blossom in the house, representing Stockton, California 209. If you don't know, now you know. Young Love, Terry just called and left a message that should be on the track. You ready to drop? Alright, let me go first. Watch me put it down, dog. I be dedicated to the game for those who didn't know. I dedicate to see you haters who be dissing my flow. Known to have a green thumb cause I make my money grow. And I'm something like a baker cause I'm all about my dough. For sure, I be driven like the snow. So while you standing still, I be always on the go. Smoking on the Pastro, got me elevated. Girl, I know you want this, so make it complicated. So many made it to fail, the longer way to prevail. Put my name up in lights cause they feel me like Braille. Got money for bail if they throw me in jail. I'll be back on the streets with much game for sale. I'll be tipping the scale while collecting my mail. Staying fresh and not stale, you make it rain, I make it hail. I let my hang you, tuck your tail, I'm out off like a diva. Best to take notice, cutthroat, I'm sicker than a fever.
Cause every time we roll, we ride. 4 fingers up,
Two twisted in the middle.
west side. Cause every time we roll, we ride. 4 fingers up,
Two twisted in the middle.
west side. Cause every time we roll, we ride. 4 fingers up,
Two twisted in the middle.
west side. Cause every time we roll,
California,
we ride.
that's right.
4 fingers up,
Two twisted in the middle.
west side.
Y'all know.
Times changing, thinking of better routes. I'm sinking into a drought, I'm trying to find my way out. Situations be critical, at times they're gonna wait around for no miracles, hoping God will show a sign. Gotta climb about your own mess, gotta read between the lines. Gotta do what's right and what's best, stop living your life so blind. Though living a life of crime is the easy way to make the cash, but dirty money don't last long, crime pays to either gun blast. So time in the penitentiary, just watching how slow your years pass. And I stick with a pen and a pad, just writing raps and spitting rhymes. Just waiting for opportunities for me one day to shine. My area code be 209, I'm from the city of Stockton, where crime, violence, murders, and homicides happen often. We got a bad reputation on where we at, man, that's my motivation to elevate my mind on spitting raps. keeping it going, still rolling like a full tank of gas.
Cause every time we roll, we ride. Four fingers up.
Two twisted in the middle.
West side, west side. Cause every time we roll, we ride. Four fingers up.
Two twisted in the middle.
West side, west side. Cause every time we roll, we ride.
That's right.
Four fingers up.
Two twisted in the middle.
West side, west side. Cause every time
Represent.
we ride.
Stockton, Cali.
Four fingers up.
Two twisted in the middle.
West side, west side.
Too hot, aka Chino Blaster. Terry Legendary on the
You're listening to
KXVS.
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 Voice of Stockton.
So you don't want to quit?
Say again?
So you don't want to quit?
No, we're good. It'll happen. Hey, everybody. You guys can hear us back here trying to figure out what's going on with these headphones, but that's okay. Rise and Shine 209. It's your girl, Renee, Icasiano, a.k.a. Renee in the house. We got our guest here, which we have been waiting for a whole week. Come back in the house. We got Goodface. We got Deviouz in the house. Okay, so we're back. Y'all are back. Goodface is back. But Deviouz is his first time. So we're glad you made it. And
I'm
we're
glad to be
glad
here.
that you can come join your other half of the album and your partnership and your, just whatever you guys are doing, your collaborations, and able to share it together. Because then we get to see what this kind of energy looks like for everybody.
Yeah. You can also see that energy at a show, too.
Oh, yes.
So,
you guys said you just had a show last night.
Yeah, we did a random show, pop-up show. We were actually out there supporting a good friend of our FSS Visuals.
Okay.
He went up.
Shout out.
Max, yeah, FS Max.
Max with two X's.
Yeah. Shout out.
FSS Visuals.
Yep, FSS Visuals.
Okay.
209. Yeah.
Shout out. There you go.
Yep.
So where was this at?
It was at Superfish.
Where's that at?
That's
next to the Wingstop.
Yeah, off of March.
Wingstop off of March. Okay.
Mic check.
Close to,
This one's
like
better.
close to West Lane, I want to say.
Yeah, right off of West Lane where the Wingstop
so
is.
we
the
got
Starbucks.
Wingstop. I know where that's at. There's a Starbucks and the Popeyes.
It's on that same section.
Is it
with Wingstop?
where?
It's like to the left.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually in that same building.
Yeah.
Right next to the House of Ice Cream.
Oh, the House of Ice Cream.
Yeah.
She's
They
like,
have
"What
some
is
new
this?"
places over there. I have to go check this out. I've been trying to stay away from Wingstop.
Oh, really?
Okay, I've been trying to cut the greasy stuff out of my life.
I'm trying to eat healthy.
And Wingstop is just a killer. I haven't been there for a hot minute because, oh man, once I get on that kick, it's like I'll just start craving it like every once
Yeah, the
a
garlic
week.
chicken
Yeah,
wings.
and I'm just like, I can't be doing that.
Not healthy for sure. For sure. You end
But
up feeling
House of
groggy.
Ice Cream sounds good.
Nice
You
treat.
replace one with the other.
This is right. Well, I will just have to say in my defense, it's a new place. I'll have to go check it out.
Yep. You got to show love to local.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a new one that I just came across is RoRo's. And that's downtown, across the street from the Deliberation Room. Oh my gosh. And it caught my eye. It was purple.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, popped. I was like, oh, that's cute. What is that? And I do remember somebody was
Purple's one of
cleaning
my favorite
it
colors.
when I was like over at the Urban Marketplace one day. And then I saw somebody in there at the second floor cleaning. And it just so happened to be the lady who... she doesn't own it, but she runs it.
Okay,
but she's
yeah.
kind of like co-owner in a sense that she
like
runs it.
manager,
Yeah.
And so, but she was there, and then but then secondarily, what caught my eye was that I was walking because I was actually going to a printing shop, but I was walking and I saw live music playing in the middle of the day. I was like, what is this? I got
Never
super-
happens in Stockton.
Oh, it was so nice to hear and see, and it was like super enclosed, so it wasn't like overbearing for outside. It was well contained inside, and so when you got in there, you had a live 3-piece band. It was a bassist, a drummer, and a keyboard/guitarist.
And the drums weren't that loud. That's dope.
Well, the drums were drums, for anybody, but when it's right next to the window. Because the drummer had the setup on the stage, the bass is down below the stage, and then the keyboard guitarist like off to the side of the stage.
So they were snug.
They were very snug. with all their equipment, and so like right there in the window. So walking past the window, I'm like, oh, that's nice. But you would think that it would be a lot louder, but it was well contained, I thought.
Good,
and I thought, oh gosh, and so people weren't over, walking by weren't disturbed by their peace wasn't disturbed by the noise.
I wasn't doing anything anyways, but I'm gonna complain about this band.
Right, because that's not my type of music.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, no. So it caught my eye, and I had to go in. So, and I caught a little video of that, and yeah. So I just so happened to be with my co-host, who's working on his show, MF Comedy, is what he does, and so he's working on show for January 11th. Laughs on the Ave is what he does. So, yeah, so it was pretty cool. But so I don't know. We'll have to try these new places out.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely.
So, okay, if anybody doesn't know, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to fix your camera. I'm looking at the cameras, but I'm also so I'm thinking out loud, you guys.
You're fine. You're okay.
I was thinking out loud and I got distracted. That happens to me. My apologies about that. I apologize for that a lot.
Hey man, we be in the studio and he just be like talking to himself. I was like, "What'd you say?" He was like, "No, talking to myself."
All the
I
time.
do it all the time. It's
okay,
too much.
Yeah,
thank
cool.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you. So
problem.
you understand.
It's okay. It's okay.
All the time.
So, yeah. So, okay, we're going to get back into this. I saw, if you guys get a chance to Google Goodface and Deviouz, Deviouz, and if you go ahead and Google it, you're going to find their newest music video. And if you guys don't know what that's called, it's called Bounce. And it's on YouTube.
I'll drop the
Goodface
link
and Deviouz.
on the share site right now on Facebook.
Yes. Oh, see, and there we go. So you're gonna get that link right now, and you can also tag it to the video itself.
Yeah.
As a comment.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So you guys can check that out and hear their new song. You did hear Goodface. He has the song Grind that's in circulation and rotation, and you guys have heard that a few times if you're tuning in and checking it out. And then we want to get this other album, The Landing, that is between Goodface and Deviouz.
Yeah.
So this is what we were talking about earlier as you guys saw us, getting situated and everything.
Yeah.
But that's what we were talking about, and we were saying, hey, we need to get the album in. We need to get it in rotation. So as soon as that hard copy comes,
yeah, we got a hard copy on the way.
That's
Express.
what's gonna be. You could just do Express just one,
Master by herself.
and then we'll get the rest of them done. Yeah, so I'm excited. I did hear.
We should include the instrumentals for her.
We could.
You think that's too much? I'm just
it's totally up to you guys. But
I
heard these tracks.
That's all.
I heard these tracks, you guys, and I'm telling you,
like
it's
them?
yes. You guys are gonna enjoy this music. It's something that you want to sweat. Okay, so you guys hear all the other music in rotation, and I'm still looking for all your guys' music. But let's get into what Deviouz and Goodface have for us. I'm kind of curious. I know you guys got events. You guys doing these drop-in. How did you guys find out about that? It's just like an open mic?
Yeah, it was just like an open mic. It was it happens every Tuesday at Super Pokey Fish.
Yeah, so they've
been doing it about like 2 weeks so far.
Okay, so this is why I'm not hearing about it. I was like,
it's still pretty new.
Very new. 2 weeks new.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it was a lot of cool
Good
people.
support. That's dope.
Yeah.
And you're bringing it here, so you're sharing it even more. We just had Tiger Kitten Productions in here yesterday who do the open mic over here at Art Lab, and they've done others in other places. Yeah. So to hear that there's another one coming around, it's kind of nice because, people can make other...
Yeah, you can connect with people. It's, we made a lot of good connections. Met the owner.
That's what I was going to say.
Really
the
cool
owner was
dude.
really cool. He's a music video director, and we were like, hey, what are you doing tonight? And he said he was on his way to the Bay Area to shoot a music video with the...
Cascade.
Yeah.
And this is a Pokey? The Pokey?
Yeah, the Pokey owner is a
What's
music
this?
video director.
It's called Pokey?
Yeah, it's called Pokey.
Fish restaurant.
Yeah, it's basically like a lot of raw fish, kind of.
A poke. Yeah,
poke. I'm butchering it.
With tea.
Yeah, POKE. He's got a lot of different teas and stuff. Reasonable prices. Like $10 for a regular size. That's pretty good.
Wow, you guys. This is kind of interesting. I'm going to have to pull this up. I wonder if they got a picture of their spot already.
They might. They have an Instagram, and they do have a thing on Instagram where you can click the location.
Did you guys like it? Did you get anything off their menu?
I didn't get anything.
We didn't get a chance to.
That time. We just came, pulled up, then,
performed.
Ended up supporting, and then he was like, "Hey, you guys want to go up? All right."
It was crazy because like
How
I
packed
was just
was it?
chilling. It was.
It wasn't
mid-level,
crazy
yeah.
packed. It was like a light crowd.
My friend
like
Shane from
15
UOP was
people.
there.
Yeah.
But it's good. The supporters, you know, the artists come out and support each other. So it's your guys' friend that's pretty much throwing it. So you guys are kind of helping it get rolling.
Yeah, no, not our friend that's throwing it. He heard about it and kind of invited us. He was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna be doing the show, so it's like we'll pull up in town."
Now, meaning he's doing the show, meaning he's hosting it, or he was just
He
going
was
to be
performing.
He was just performing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when we pulled up, one of the guys who was hosting the show like saw me, and he just like was.
I know you from somewhere.
I know. Where are you from? Blah blah. What's your Instagram name? And I was just like super calm about it. Mind you, I was high, man. I was meditated. I'm sitting there cooling back, man. You know me. And I'm just like, okay, this guy's cool. And then he goes, hey, man, we got to get you to perform. And I already knew if I had to stay ready. We had talked about it in the car, like what songs are we going to perform if we do it. Yeah. And since the venue was so intimate, we decided to perform Bounce, of course, because we just released it. Yep. And then 2 other songs.
How'd it feel?
It
was good. We were a little. I felt a little rusty. Don't get me wrong.
The chemistry, but he did his verse pretty well.
We were good. I mean, our chemistry, we kick it all the time. So we always making music. I think that's a given.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, it just we had to dust it off a little bit.
Yeah, I had to get intimate with them and share a couple of stories while he was getting the music ready, and so I think MCing was just as important. What did I tell them? I was telling them about like how we made Any Given Sunday.
Oh yeah, Any Given Sunday,
which is a cool track. So shout out Pokey Restaurant is really dope.
Okay,
I want to go back and get their jasmine green tea.
Yeah. Oh man, jasmine tea is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I like the chai tea. I like.
Not a big fan of chai.
I like it when they make it fresh.
Yeah. Yeah,
I saw my friend do it one time, and I was like, "Whoa, that's kind of cool." I didn't know you would put spices in like a coffee type drink and call it a tea.
Yeah. That's basically what it is.
I
know. Yeah.
Bunch of spices.
But it's the spices. And I like it, and that's I think what I like about it. So it's kind of like the Mexican chocolate. It's a little spicy too.
Yeah, it's got a little kick to it.
Yeah, and then they have these other chocolate the chocolate companies, and they start to add like spiciness to it, like peppers and stuff, or just a spice to it, and you're just kind of like
sweet, spicy, sweet, salty,
sweet, salty. I love the dark chocolate salty.
Yep.
That's so good.
Sea salt
with sea salt. Yeah, yeah, sea salt. There you go. Have you guys ever tried Hawaiian black salt?
I have.
I have.
I've tried
I've tried it with chicken noodle soup, and it's so strong.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
like. It was
one
in a
grain,
jar that had to pull.
One little granule.
You gotta break it down and just boop and drop it in, and it just makes the whole thing way better.
Huh.
It was black. It was crazy.
Yes.
It's like molten lava.
Yes. Yeah, and it's actually healthy because it has minerals in there necessarily that we wouldn't have in a regular salt that has been bleached and run through a mill, and probably
it's expensive though.
It is very expensive. However, it's totally worth it because you get health benefits from it if you're going to have any kind of salt. It's,
you might as well.
You try not to have too much salt.
You're gonna be good. You might as well be good.
All day.
That's what my friend from Texas says. All day, all day.
All day, all day.
And that's so funny because that's kind of a quote from a movie where the people are from Texas. They're from Austin, Texas.
That's the trick.
And that
they
moved all
to Texas,
day, like all day.
Yeah,
all day.
It goes through the South too.
All day. All day.
Hey, why you got that reverb behind your voice? I just noticed that when you talk and you get loud, I hear the reverb.
I don't know. This is why we have to pad these walls.
I think it's within the program. Like if you listen closely.
No, I don't think so.
Watch. Say something.
It's my mic, I think.
You hear the reverb?
Yeah, I hear
it.
It has a little bit of echo sometimes, cool. And then sometimes the reverb is just a little bit more.
Yeah.
To bump up the volume in my voice, give me a little bit more.
I took a screenshot of Eric and I posted it on my Instagram. I was like, "Does anybody know who this rapper is?" And like 5 people said no, and 1 person said yes. I was so mad. People don't know who Eric B and Rakim is.
Oh yeah, no.
Wow.
That's
sad. Aww.
That's not a surprise, man.
That is not a surprise, absolutely. But it's just up to whoever's sharing it and keeping it going.
Pretty much, you got to pay.
Shout outs to them.
If you really true to the craft, you're gonna listen to their music. You're gonna come across them. You're gonna pay attention to them.
At least something of it, or at least hear their name one time and be like, oh, I've heard of him.
Yeah, yeah.
Something.
All the times they don't even
I
realize.
heard of that. I don't know what their music sound like, but I heard that name before. If you're talking about it, then you've heard it at least once or twice.
Yeah. And they end up bumping. They bump some of the later artists that were influenced by them. Don't even realize that that's the style that it originated from.
Rakim gave birth to that.
Did they
style.
share that in their face to be like, "Have you heard this?" What do you think your influence was?
It's like we gotta school rappers every time you let them know about some legendary stuff.
Yeah.
You can't just show them one artist and be like, yeah, this is... No, you have to show them a plethora of artists for them to be like, understand.
It's like, no, I got I'm original. Man, you're not that original, bro. It's like, I can tell you where your style came from.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them a teaser of your music.
Please.
I'm gonna give them a teaser, and I'm gonna hope, because I did this one time with Skate Park Skankin' from Sambo's Music Factory, and I was like, because we were talking about skateboarding, and we were like, yeah, we're gonna go skate park, and because we go to skate park sometimes after the show. Well, we did with one of the co-hosts, Ryan Cooper, and so his thing was skating, like to go to skate park, so we totally supported it. We're like, down, yes, go do skate sessions, and all of that. So I was like, yeah, I gotta share, Sambo's song. So Sambo and Dijon, Sam Raw.
Sam Raw.
That's
my brother's homie.
And
when
I think it was
and I first
Ant
started,
also. I think it might have been Ant, the other one on there, but it's 3 of them. And it's called Skate Park Skankin'. Yeah. And I was so excited to share the song because I was like, we do have skater music, so let me show you.
Yeah.
And then a couple of words popped up, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
I was just playing, I'm pretty sure.
I'm so sorry. But
I think we're good.
Good.
But yeah, so I am definitely...
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I just want to give a shout out to Mama T, man. We were messaging each other last night, and she's the poet laureate of Stockton, so I just got to show her love, and she's really pushing out here and making a movement.
Shout out Mama T.
Mama T.
Mama T. Okay, we have to look for her.
Her name is Tama Brisbane.
Oh.
Official poet
Mama
laureate
T.
of Stockton.
Okay. Yeah. I know Tama by Tama.
By her name. Because she really is a G, man.
Yeah, she is. She's been with it so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she even provided a platform for me, so thank you. My goodness, this is like way back in the day.
Yeah, that's cool.
And this is when, I want to say like 10 years ago with, about 10 years ago with just like when they were starting to try to do things for downtown.
Yeah.
So they had this little hip hop elements event.
Okay, yeah.
And so she had she hosted an open mic in the Stockton Hotel in the bottom area.
Yeah.
So they opened that up, and then they had a setup for b-boys and breakers outside where the fountains were. And this was like not across the street from movie theater, but on the side of the movie theater.
I know where that's at.
Yeah. So it was on that side, and so people were out there and doing their thing, and just mixing and mingling, and I was like, oh, it's a mic. What?
Let's go. That's funny.
So, okay, this is me having to go through my email. So, can you tell us the background of how you guys ended up becoming partners?
Oh, man. It's actually not a bad story. It's a cool story.
It's a pretty cool story.
Go ahead.
I'm half asleep right now, but you see me stretch. So basically, I got asked to be a journalist. I got asked to be a journalist for this festival called Bay Area Vibes Fest.
Okay.
And headlining the show was Nas.
Okay.
For one day, and then the other day was DJ Snake.
Okay.
And then like Bob Marley's son, both of his sons came out. Junior Gong.
Oh, nice.
And the other guy,
Damian
Marley. Oh, Damian's great. So I went there with one of my friends who was a photographer as a journalist, and I got to interview people like DJ Fresh, and then Aloha Black. He was also there. So
where was this event at again?
This was in Oakland.
Okay.
This was in Oakland.
Kind of whereabouts?
Off the west side, like really off the marina. It's in the industrial area.
Okay.
There's a huge space, and they had 2 stages.
Okay.
And then like a bunch of vendors and beer and VIP access.
Okay.
So this guy Jordan is like, he works with a lot of professional photographers. You know, his camera's great.
Yeah.
Jordan John, dude. Like, he has his thing called Selfie, and he travels a lot. But anyway, so I went there, and then I think it was the second day. It was a Sunday. Right, we were done. he was like, hey, my friend Maya, you know, she lives in Campbell, like near San Jose. Let's go to this comedy thing, you know. And I'm like, comedy thing? I never been to a comedy thing before. What is this? So I'm thank you.
You move a lot. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you do.
I'm
listening though.
it's cool. I'm sitting there like, what is going on? Like, I'm half asleep, mind you. I got up really early, so I go to this comedy thing, and I meet his friend Maya. And at the time, I mean, I'm putting out names. That's so cool. Shout out Maya. She's so cool. Nah, she's super chill. She commented on some stuff, but Maya at the time was like, you know, good friends with Deviouz. And that's how I met him outside of the Comedy Central place, after the Comedy Club place, after freestyling. We were just sitting there freestyling. He pulled up and he started gassing, and it was really like not a good freestyle session at first until Anthony came in, Deviouz, and started ripping it. So yeah, it was fun, man. That's how I met him. To be honest with you, I fell asleep during that Central Club. That's the comedy
club. Yeah.
They got me food and everything, and I still fell asleep because I was so tired. It wasn't a bad show though.
Yeah,
so
it was
how was
a good
it for
time.
you?
It was cool. I mean, you know, for me, I've been, you know, doing hip hop for a minute now. But when I arrived here, I'm from South Carolina originally. So
Okay. Bucktown Boozie's from South Carolina as well, and so he also has music in rotation.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. That's dope. Small world.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I got here, I used to do a lot of freestyle battles. Like, I used to roam the streets of San Francisco, and people who tried to sell me their CDs, I was like, all right, I'll buy your CD if you battle with me.
Oh!
That's such a perfect answer.
So, you know, I spent a lot, you know, win some, lose some, is what it is.
Right, of course.
So whenever I see a cypher going on, like, I walked out of the comedy club and I just heard somebody beatboxing. So I was like, where is it? Ran over to the cypher circle and I just started gassing real quick.
Man.
And then he came up and we started gassing, and then from there we just kind of, you know, chopped it up for a minute. Didn't really think anything of it. You know, I was still living in Santa Cruz at the time, so nothing had happened. This was like maybe 3-4 years ago. And then randomly I got a job offer from a company out here in Stockton.
Okay.
Who was willing to relocate. So I was like, all right, why not? Let's go to Stockton.
Hey.
So came to Stockton. It's probably been one of the better things that's happened.
Woo woo! You guys
is funny,
hear that?
right?
He said it was one of the better things that happened that he moved to Stockton.
Right? It's funny enough. It's funny enough, right? And so
Yeah.
I ended up, you know, I was like, oh man, I don't know anybody out here, you know, blah 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 blah. But so I reached out to him, and we kind of chopped it up for a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we connected, and we started, you know, got him in the studio, and then Bounce was probably the first song we recorded.
Okay.
Like right off the bat.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So,
Yes, and he caught me at a time where my creativity was at the fullest. Like I was all about just pushing the art and music, and he just came at a time where it was a blessing, where I was able to sit in the studio and be comfortable. You really did change my experience of how to be in the studio.
Yeah.
'Cause I used to be like more of a producer and get these songs done, and then when it was with you, it was like, bro, we're just having fun, just record.
Yeah, man. If you ever go into the studio, man, and you're a professional musician, and you sitting down and you're like dreading making music,
man,
you need to walk out.
Yeah,
you need to reassess yourself, and you need to remember why you was doing it in the first place. You know, so.
Yeah, man, I never forget that, dude. You always make it seem so fun to be in the studio. So, throughout the course of 2016 and 2017, man, we grinded so much. We recorded so much songs, did so many shows, booked a couple photo shoots, little interviews here and there. It's been a wild goose chase. We were in a movie together, 16 Bars, that I was telling you about before.
Yep.
It's
been a crazy year.
Tell him more about that, because
Anthony, you should say it from your perspective.
The first one was called The Art of 16 Bars.
Nah, it's called 16 Bars.
The first one.
Yeah, it's just that was the only
The Art of 16 Bars, and then this one is.
This is 16.
The
bars.
original, yeah, it's called The Art of 16.
Yeah, this is based off of the story.
Interestingly enough, I don't know if it's terrible for me to even say that, say this or not, but I don't know. I just I happened to see that like in a thrift store. And I saw like The Art of 16 Bars. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I picked it up and I took it home.
Yeah.
But let me just tell you, I have not yet watched that.
Oh, man. Yeah,
I just got it to put in the collection. And so when people come over,
Yeah.
Some people come over, but actually, when some people come over and they'll like, oh, and then they'll pop it in,
Yeah.
I'll see like maybe bits and pieces of it, like,
Yeah.
but for the most part, like I was, and it's pretty dope because they do drop some knowledge, of course. But it's just so funny because you would think that I would want to be like watching that all the time, but no, but no.
Not priority. You're 16 bars sharp, huh?
I just do it a different way.
Yeah.
I do it
No
a
doubt.
different way. So I mean, I have it there for people like for some people who like they are saying like, oh, I want to, when they hear that I do write lyrics and like spit them, and so they trip out on that a little bit, and it's kind of like, oh, so they'll ask me to, share or something, and then I will, and then they kind of want to know like how to do, and then they feel like, oh, you're making me feel like I can do this too. So what could I do? And I'm thinking like, I'm really not that type of person that you would want to ask like, how are you doing this? But there's a video right there. That can help out a lot. It will help them a lot. And so kind of one of the things now, it's like I didn't even hear that they were even making a second one. So to hear that you guys have been a participant in the second one, when does that one come out?
We think sometime next year. Well, I don't have any dates from Lamont. Shout out Lamont Atwood and D-Shot.
It's on IMDb.
Yeah, I think it'll be sometime next year, probably late next year, maybe fall. Based on all that, yeah, they got editing to do too, so that's the big part. Yeah,
I love photo editing, like video editing.
Yeah, so it could be 2019 that it actually makes it out.
I like editing period of anything, but yeah, 2019.
Yeah, 18 in the 2018.
I would say
early 19, end of 18, 19.
Yeah,
which is crazy because like we're here at this radio interview talking about something that's gonna come out next year.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like already I see the DVD with like one of those red bows attached to it. So I'm just like, Christmas gift.
You're gonna see one scene with
it's
us, maybe
the
a couple.
new, and we're supporting, and like it's like definitely.
And we met some people that were like on the covers of like other films in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Michael Blackson, best actor, or not Michael Blackson. He is in the movie, but Michael Grayson. That's his name.
Michael Grayson, Mike Grayson.
Yeah, Mike Grayson, Ricky Antonio. A lot more product.
Product in Santa Rosa.
Yeah, Santa Rosa. Shout out Santa Rosa.
Okay.
So we networked, did our thing, met a lot of cool people.
Domo Reigns.
Yeah, Domo Reigns. A lot of
Out
people.
Of Santa Rosa.
Sacramento.
Okay.
KDM, Knockdown Music. Met Pops.
Okay.
He's a cool dude. Him,
Is
Big
he out
Old
of
Easy.
Stockton?
He's out there. They're out of Sac.
Out of Sac. Okay. KDM.
They sometimes run open mics too.
Okay.
Hadn't had a chance to get to one yet, but but yeah, just for you guys listening, if you're looking for open mics,
right. And you got time to get out there.
Yep, they host one. I think like every 2 months or so, 2 or 3 months. Who else did we meet? We met a lot of people, man. A lot of local just artists too. Because the first scene that we did was a battle scene, junkyard scene. He touched on it last time, but yeah, we got there super early. It was hot. It was super hot. We up there. We rolled up. I'm still in the office, work attire. You know what I mean? So I got off. He called me like maybe the night before, I want to say. Yeah. Was just like, hey man, you want to go record this movie, man? My homie Product came up. I was like, all right, for sure, man.
It was so last minute. We needed extras, and he was like, submit your music. I worked with him before with Rappin' Forte at a show in the Bay Area, so he was a plug. He put me in, and I was very surprised to see that. And I'm just saying, like, hey, who's got the music ready? The DJ was like, who's got it ready? And no one said anything. So I was like,
what?
Right here, here's my CD.
Right
like,
nobody said anything. How could they not?
Straight up, like nobody said anything.
Yeah, it was funny, because I had on like kind of like some dress pants and maybe like some dress shoes, some clean like gray suede dress shoes.
Okay.
And when I started dropping bars, everybody looked around. Like, hold on, you can rap.
It's so funny how you could dress it up and change it and put on any kind of like person to it, but you never know what people come with.
People can
you know what I'm
do,
saying? That's that human skill. That's that human skill that KRS talks about. You know, like that's that one thing that when in the art, it's like they can't take that away, and that no matter how you dress it up, and when people get shocked, it's well, you should have had your mind open.
Yeah, for real. Like what? You don't know how hard I've been working on whatever it is that I've been working on.
Right, exactly right.
So, yeah, man, he laid down. He set the tone though. Like he went up when we dropped our cipher. He went up and just set the tone. It was just like destroyed it.
It was nasty. It was nasty.
It destroyed it. Everybody else was looking around like, what? I'm like, that's my boy right.
We did a second take too. We did a second take, which was so crazy to me. He was like, shoot it again. I was like, well, I don't know if I could bring that same energy, but I did.
Yeah, definitely.
You're right. I was scared, but I did for real because the camera, it was like a real professional big camera. They had a boom mic and everything.
Yeah.
So it was crazy.
I was when we first pulled up because we didn't have any knowledge of what it was gonna be.
Nothing. They just said come through with music.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Like it's a movie. You don't know what's going on.
So you have to do your songs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah, I was expecting like a battle scene, like like 90s style, like you get in the cipher,
kind of like
you
how
freestyle
they have
off
that
of the
setup where
top.
they got like Nick Cannon and Kevin Hart, and then
not
they're all
quite.
like,
but more so like two mics, you go, we go, back and forth type of thing.
Yeah, like you get 60 seconds or 30 seconds, you freestyle, come with your best lines, and then you come back, you know. So I'm sitting out front, like scoping. I'm thirsty, like my mouth is all dry. I'm over here like everybody being all happy and buddy. I'm like, this is a battle scene. I don't know none of y'all. Everybody my enemy right now. I'm like, I don't know who I'm facing. I'm like, all right, I'm taking stuff from conversation, trying to create bars in my head like the whole time. And then I find out, you can just spit a 16 off of a verse that you had. I was like, all right. I'm like, now. I was like, cool. Let's run to the store and get some water.
Can I get a water?
Can I get a water now?
He was so ready.
Went to the store, got some snacks. I came back and they obviously saw that I was like dying, you know. And some of the OGs were like,
they didn't have any kind of water on set.
Nah, man.
They didn't bring any of the food and water till like 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah, late at night.
Oh man, I'm telling you, that's why I love them places that are open late night hours that are other than fast food. Thank you very much for the people who live a life like this.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? We don't live the normal life where we are up at the normal hours of the day. You know, we're up all hours of the night. And you're lucky if you catch us in the top hours of the morning.
For real, in Los Angeles, like somebody had to sit down with me and explain that entertainment lifestyle was completely flipped from 9 to 5. Like a lot of people sleep during the day and then they have jobs at night as bartenders, waitresses, and then they have to get up at like 3 in the morning for background acting, you know, and then work until 12 and then literally do the same thing over again, right? And it's super last minute, just like how product is, right?
It happens.
Yeah, sometimes it is. It's like, okay, you're going to go and
if you don't make that connection with the director or with like the person, your boss and stuff, then you won't really get scheduled. So
and I think that's why it's so important to have an open schedule to be able to do things like that, or be able to have something set up in advance so you know that you can, like, if for people who have a 9 to 5 that are, you know, have a different kind of job and cut into their hours, they can make those plans to go.
Yeah. For me, like, it's because I work more than 40 hours a week. But between this, like, as soon as I get off work, I'm working on this.
Right, because you have, like, your energy is so much on this that it's kind of like you don't even mind working all those hours because you're just going to go do your thing when you're done anyways. Yeah. That's me all day.
Yeah. I'm in a bit of a lucky position. You know, I'm like, I do what I love every day, even when I do go to work, right? So, because I develop computers and all that good stuff.
Ooh, nice.
And so, you know, I go and I can work
He
on that.
said it's so light, but he does so much.
Heavy, huh?
Literally always coding.
Man, that's so dope.
Yeah,
so,
I'm quite curious to know what kind of apps you've probably made.
Oh yeah, quite a few.
Can I say it about the?
You do, huh?
Which one?
No, not yet.
Oh, the game? Yeah. No, so I own a gaming company as well.
Okay.
So I you know, I'm like, I don't sleep too much.
Everything that you guys have that you want to bring to the table, you know, let the people know so they can follow you. So if you are like testing stuff out or whatever.
Yeah, no, we I think we'll be in the testing phase here pretty soon. Yeah. We're not. It'll be early next year.
I'm trying to be in the virtual reality, in the game,
in the game.
Yeah.
So
do you ever pick up other people's ideas is, and for jobs to code theirs and like get theirs.
For development type stuff, I do all kinds of different side jobs. I've built a few websites. Last year, I built a e-commerce site basically for a nonprofit for ESL learning.
Oh, okay, nice.
So that was fun.
That's tight. I did not know that, bro. That's super cool.
I did that in the middle of rolling out a piece of software at work.
Okay, wow.
So
those are always fun.
Yeah. So I like
region-wide.
So I like to stay pretty busy,
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
it keeps me out of trouble. That's for sure.
Yes, out of trouble, and it keeps your creative mind just going.
Yep.
When you called me yesterday, you're like, tap in. I said, man, I'm already knowing I'm going to have to work.
Yep.
I was with my friend just kicking back, and he was like, what's going on? You need to get dropped off? I said, yeah, man, drop me off to the studio. I get there, and Prosy was there, man, produced by Prosy. He did a song with Dave Steezy from HBK Gang, if you know who that is.
Steezy.
It's crazy, man. Like, I look up to HBK Gang, so to have somebody who's done a song with somebody like that from the Valley is raw. All of his songs make me want to sing. I don't even rap when he plays. I don't. I sing.
That boy is nasty.
He does like house, hip hop, R&B.
It's future sound. It's like infused hip hop, right? So you have a lot of like high tempo beats that kind of go into a trap breakdown.
Nice, love it.
It's got some of them have like a Latin vibe to it.
Like world music,
world type music.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love those kind of.
I hate the term, but I love.
But that's the fusion of the genre of music that they brought into making that sound.
Yep.
So it makes sense because when you're blending these sounds to create this unique beat, that people are gonna use, put their lyrics on. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. That's world music. But I love world music because it brings in the natural, like, water drums and the natural sounds of, like, just, I love those.
When you start digging into it, you end up in jazz. Somehow or another, you're going to get Cuban influence, which is basically directly related to African music.
Yes.
Right? So you get your Bella Flex and your Feticula.
I love the sitar, and I love, there's, like, it's kind of like a water drum, but it's like this big metal basin type drum, and it just makes different sounds, like a bowl.
Like a vibraphone thing, you hit it with it, right, or with your hands,
or like with your thumbs, and like, and there's like it's like different pockets all around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super dope.
Yeah,
the island vibe.
Yeah. That's what I want to.
We're all people of color in here. We know
I was going to say for your album really quickly because we're going to get ready to head out shortly. But before we do, I want to share with you guys some of the music really quickly. Just a snippet because it's not in rotation. So if you're hearing it now and if you're watching live and you're listening to it, you're going to hear what it is.
Good.
So there's 7 tracks on here.
Yeah.
And man, Bounce is on here. Let's just go with Bounce.
Yeah, let's go with Bounce.
Let's go with Bounce.
Yeah, we
Bounce.
Because you guys got the link. If you haven't like clicked on it to go listen to it, because you're still chilling and vibing out with us.
Yeah.
Let me just go on ahead.
Don't get good.
And share this.
I'm gonna go to the live for like 5 minutes.
Do your thing, man.
Do your thing.
So, what do you guys have coming up? If you can let anybody know how they can get in touch with you first, like all your contacts.
Yeah.
And then, what is your next upcoming show or event?
Well, our next upcoming show, I can't quite share the details on yet because I'm still working out the contract, but it's gonna be a pretty big one. I'm gonna tap in with you.
Just
after
stay tuned if you're watching. Stay tuned on social media.
It's gonna be a real big show.
A huge show.
Yeah, so yeah, you can tap in with me on Instagram at Southern Deep,
and then my Instagram's at Goodface, ONE Goodface, and we're available on each other's posts. Like you're gonna see
us all over each other's pages.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
hashtag Inborn Native with one N.
And that's 3 O's for Goodface.
Good.
Gotta put that extra one.
You ever explain that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'll explain it. It's clear. I can hear it.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't feel like I can.
It's because you have one head. Nah, you're straight. I can hear it. You can hear the lyrics.
Yeah, if you bring it more. Center.
In the front?
Yeah, put it in the front.
There you go. Oh, no, the other way. There you go. The mic is like this.
Can you guys hear that? That chill vibe that's in there. It's just some like chill out music, but then check those lyrics.
Yeah, Bounce to this is fantastic. It's that we tried to make like really like music that was for everybody.
Yeah.
It was like you didn't have to turn it down when your mom came in the room. If you're a youngster, you can turn it up when you go to have a barbecue with your family. At the luau, at wherever you at, man, you can just bounce to this.
That's right.
Head nodding.
Yeah, head nodding, right?
Like
Even like, because a lot of people, they may want to dance, but they don't really want to get up and dance because they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want people to see me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see me moving. So bounce with it. You get head nod, get your little head bob.
Do your little two-step, get
your shoulder shrug, your shoulder roll, let your head go. Yeah, they do that too. They're like, okay, then that's cool. It's kind of like comedians just getting a little chuckle out of somebody. I'll take it.
Yeah, straight up. I'll take that. Take that.
I made your head nod. That's what's up.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm hoping you guys are digging that. So I'm just sharing that with you guys.
Thank you.
To let you know that's what you guys can check out. They got the link up for you. That's their video.
It's on iTunes, Spotify. It's The Landing, an urban hip hop classic. Just search it out, listen. You can buy it, stream it, lick it. Enjoy it.
Everything, indulge in it. For real.
And some of the other titles that you guys can find when you do go to search The Landing and Urban Hip Hop
Classic.
It's classic.
I love, we're classic. Is Supposed To.
Yep.
So what's that about? Supposed To.
Supposed To is a lot, man.
Like why did you name it Supposed To?
Because it's what I'm supposed to be doing.
There you go.
I've been working.
So Supposed To. You guys might want to listen to that one. What are you supposed to be doing?
I'll do it live. I'll do it live right now.
I've been working.
I'll do it. I've been working. I've been grinding.
Like I'm supposed to.
Perfecting my craft and rhyming.
Like I'm supposed to.
I done fought a couple times.
Like I'm supposed to.
I done lost a couple battles. I done fought a couple times. I'm supposed to.
Yep.
I done prayed a million times. Yep.
Yeah, so that song came from. So I had a really good friend of mine that passed away way too early, a few years back.
Rest in peace.
Jeremy Larson. He hit a tree basically, driving sleepy. So I ended up dedicating kind of this song to him.
Supposed to.
Yeah, him
it's
and.
Been a while, man. I'm still coming with you.
Yeah.
That's a trip, huh?
Yeah, and so. I lost a lot of more people since then, but it was just kind of wrapped up into one, a quick dedication. Let them know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing down here.
Hey, shout outs to Larson, Jeremy Larson.
Jeremy Larson, number 22.
Rest in peace.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Still
our people, no matter where they are, here, there, or anywhere. So hands up. What's this one?
Hands Up is like a hip hop kind of like you just walked into a grungy room, just like and you just go off bars.
And when you get there, you're just like, oh, when you walk in.
Yeah. So it's like it's that old school kind of like call and response, right?
Okay.
Like when I say
still,
you say know it, still know it, still
know it.
Oh, you guys gonna have fun with that one. Hands up, still knowing.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday, smooth, lax, Sunday morning, Sunday midday, while you cleaning that house, kind of music,
enjoying my view.
Relax.
Can't nobody stop me. I know his verse.
Grown in the
That's
east.
usually the way it goes when you.
Yeah, right.
But we also mix each other's music, so like we listen to each other's songs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really make sure it sounds good.
Yeah, no doubt.
But when you're also because you're also practicing with each other to make sure it's flowing. So
Be so nice.
There you go. I had to share it.
I appreciate it
so much.
Yeah.
Because we're about to be out, so I just want to let you guys know that we got Goodface back in the house. Deviouz with us for the first time, but he'll be back, I'm sure, once again.
Definitely.
And they got the hookup on the open mics. If you guys want to find some stage time, they can let you know what's going on.
Yeah, we got some buddies up in Stockton, Sacramento that's reaching out to us too for open mics. So, yep, it's cool. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for coming in.
much.
So one more time, just give them your contact information, like where they're gonna find you: Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter, Instagram is Southern Deep for me.
Southern Deep.
Southern Deep, SOUTHERNDEEP. It's on both Twitter, Instagram, and then you can catch the landing on iTunes and Spotify. It's on Amazon as well, and a couple other distros.
Yeah, one Goodface all around. Snapchat is Rudy BC, super personal. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, yeah, they're all the same. You can reach me at email to officialmrgoodface with 3 O's at Gmail.
Cool.
Such a weird email.
It is different, but it sets you apart because it actually helps out in the search.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, oh, there we go. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready to just go ahead and start phasing us out. But meanwhile, to just prevent a little bit of phase, I'm just gonna say y'all can take it up and just do a little freestyle as a little outro.
Okay.
Mix this up.
Oh, we don't need an instrumental. I just want full bar. It's like, hey, okay, we chilling at KXVS radio. I'm a radio head, man. I go hard for the radio. But if they know me, they know I'm chilling on the patio, probably smoking on this J, getting my cabbage dough.
Cabbage dough. Open up the photo. Suicide for they clothes. Never know we exposed. All the lames. All we do is stay in our lane, switching lanes, getting gang. As we push this up a notch, take it up to the next level. Yeah, no, we don't stop.
And it don't stop until the beat rock, until my tape pop, because I'm an old school. When the
she got the beat on now.
I was listening.
I was like, wait.
Keep going.
You just going acapella.
She about to do it too.
Get started on the outro.
Hey, do you know who Lady G is from Death Row Records? She has a song with Dr. Dre before we leave. Dr. Dre and Snoop.
Okay.
And something like that. I don't know, but she's so raw. I just heard a song from her yesterday. Look at it. She's really like crazy.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy bars.
So, okay, I'm going to have to check her out. Lady G.
I think so, but it's a song with Dr. Dre and Snoop. Snoop freestyles. You can tell it's a freestyle. If you're really a rapper, you can tell. Yeah. Dr. Dre is just talking his shit in the beginning of the song.
That's dope.
Yeah, but you remind me of her.
Cool beans. I'm going to have to check that out. All right, y'all. Rise and Shine 209, Sugar Renee, a.k.a. Renee Icasiano. And we got Goodface and Deviouz in the house. All right.
Go check that video.
Check the video.
Bounce.
Look for him in Stockton. If you guys are out and about, you might bump into him. So keep your eyes open. Recognize those faces. And if you see him out in the streets, hey, take a picture and post that.
Holla at us.
Holla. Later.
Oh no.
You're listening to
KXVS.
KXVS. Voice of Stockton.
Hot damn. See you licking frosting from your own hands. Want another taste? I'm begging, yes.
I put a lot of time in this, I'm finally riding my way. Wake up bigger than my grind mode. Bake up and fly in the space zone. Grinding so hard that I don't ever sleep. Got my eyes closed as I'm running this heat. This is me, living my dream, doing it all with my team. Don't nobody care if my virtues exist. If I ever go all out, I don't need your assist. Got a vision on my mom and my life is a trip. I've been